the dude that picked the restaurant, it was like I don't know if you ever been to. It's like this place called Fogo de Chao.
Yeah,
like the Brazilian restaurant where they bring it's like all the meat you can eat, and like they cut it right in front of you. It's really dope, but it's like a buffet though, so it's $50 a plate. So it was like it came out to like $500. So I was like, all right, cool, like I can do that.
Dude, I went to Fogo de Chao thinking I could somehow beat the restaurant.
No, that shit keep coming.
I don't know who you are, but you can't beat that restaurant. There's no way that.
Yeah, we got a family rule that like you can't have no sides, straight meat.
You still won't win.
It's funny that you went into that thinking it's like a competition. Like everybody there's like, here's your table, sir. The chef's back there sweating, making the meat, and you're the only one who's like, game time. Time to show this Brazilian.
That's literally not what happened. Kyle Joe Lozon and I had an eating competition that time, and I won, and I was proud shortly, and now I'm a little embarrassed.
We've all been there, man. Did you see? Matter of fact, did you see that dude, the hot dog eating dude, won again?
Yeah. Joey Chestnut, maybe.
Another fucking record, man.
Yeah, what an American hero.
Is Kobayashi not the king anymore?
No, it's American. Has been for a while.
Dude. I think his name is his name Joey Chestnut. Do I have that right? Dude, that guy's been winning for a while.
Yeah, it was Joey Chestnut. Yeah,
that is a yucky sport to me.
He's a legend though.
But
nickname Jaws. That's cool.
You think you can get pussy doing that? Like there's some things that like happen
on TV, dog. It's coming.
It's weird the things that can get you pussy, right? Like there was a time when like you might not think somebody that's good at a video game could get some pussy, but that changed. Like all of a sudden, if you were good at a video game, you get a lot of pussy. And we found out recently, you might get the wrong kind. All these guys, like it's so ridiculous.
Yeah,
these people in the like Smash Bros community are all fucking pedophiles. Apparently, they're all banging like underage pros. Like it's ridiculous.
Allegedly.
What? There's fucking text messages of them admitting it. At that point, it doesn't seem alleged anymore.
Allegedly admitting it.
I didn't say any names. I didn't say which one of these Smash Bros. Yeah. There's so many of them though. It's like, I was talking about this with somebody the other day, and I was like, yeah, I read about, and I explained. I was like, yeah, it was like a 20-year-old girl fucking a 15-year-old guy, right? And they're like, oh no, this is a different Smash Bros. Pro who was fucking an underage person. And I'm like, wait, what? What? Yeah. And they're both Smash Bros. Pros. Yeah. Apparently pedophilia is rampant in that community. And I'm like, how big is that fucking community? Like, isn't this like 50 people on the planet?
The porn jump? The porn Smash Bros? Is that what you're talking about?
That's the game. No. That's a video game, Smash Brothers.
It's fucking Mario video game where like you got like Mario and shit fighting on a stage.
No, I got you.
This is a kid's game.
It is a kid's game, but there's a high skill ceiling to it. So, there's a pro scene.
I saw the picture of this dude that this girl was fucking, and he's one of those guys. Right? Yeah, he was 20. She was 15. She's 20. He's 15, and he did not look like 15. Like some.
Do you know what her name was so I can look it up?
I probably shouldn't say, but just Google like Smash Bros. Pedophilia and it'll pop right up. But anyway, he looked 11. Like he did not look. Way.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I had a girlfriend in high school and her brother at 15 was 6'3" with like full chest hair, full beard. I'm 3 years older than him and he looks like way more of a man than me. He's 15, I'm 18, and he looks 22. This is not what we're talking about. This is like, I don't want to call that guy out because he pays us money, so I won't do that. But I'll write it in the chat in a little bit. So what do you know? So I'm thinking. But sometimes you see somebody who he did not look his age. It like
he was immature for his age.
He looked like a little kid because he is. And
was it the Smash community that made this happen? Like
it wasn't just Smash. It was another video game community that also had the same thing going on. And it goes back to what I always say whenever we talk about pedophilia on here, which seems like a weekly fucking occurrence. There are pedophiles every fucking where. I think that it is way more rampant than we believe. I think that it's
no question.
I think that it's like, and I don't like making this comparison. I'm not comparing the two things. I'm comparing the way the people who are part of them behave. All right. So like back in the day, and I've heard like bigots and pieces of shit be like, in my day, there weren't any gays. And you're like, no, there have always been lots of gay people. It's just that in your day, you guys were such bigots and pieces of shit. You would probably beat them or kill them just for existing, just living the way that they're born. I feel like that's how pedophiles are right now, that they're everywhere. That like, I think 10% of people are pedophiles.
So what you're really saying is we need an acceptance movement.
No,
I can't line up with that, but
that's what that's what a lot of pedophiles are trying to do, and that's what a lot of far left wing people believe is the future. That at some point, pedophilia will be added on to the LGBTQ. I don't know what the rest of that acronym is at this point, but they want it to eventually be LGBTQ.
I don't think that's a left wing because I'm a leftist, dog. That's not like
further left than you.
I don't get much further left than me.
I know some right wing people, but they're not Nazis. That's ultra far right wing, right? Like there's a big spectrum if we're talking about left wing to right wing, and on the far left, they're wanting to make pedophilia as part of LGBTQ.
That is such bullshit. It's not a left thing. That's a pedo thing.
Oh, is it a right wing? Does that sound right wing to you?
It's a pedo thing. No,
it's a political affiliation.
It absolutely is.
How could you define that under a political affiliation, though? Like, what defines that?
It's definitely a liberal viewpoint. Being more accepting and
according to One American News Network.
I'll do a little Googling.
That sounds more like a Trump guy thing.
What makes it a liberal?
It's just I think Kyle's saying that the people who are putting this forward are not like, I'm a Nazi and also I'm not a pedophile, I'm a minor attracted person. That's what I was trying to get in there. Is there are people out there who are trying to make this a thing where they're like, no, I'm a non-offending minor attracted person, not a pedophile. That's mean. I'm a minor attracted person, but I would never, ever act on my urges. And there have been people out there who have said shit like this. There was one guy, a convicted pedophile, who wrote an article in Vox after he got out of prison saying that they needed to like lighten up on all this shit. And it's like Vox, notorious right-wing rag, and so being there are select. It's not a huge movement of people, of course not. But I think Kyle's saying there are people out here who exist who genuinely do want to make their perversions more acceptable and palatable.
Right. I mean, I would probably think that they would, right? Because then there wouldn't be ostracized for them. I do believe, and this is probably controversial to say, but I do believe that there's a conversation to be had, right? So it's like when I'm typing in my porn search, my desires, right? I don't ever click teen just for the mere fact because I don't know. You can't outsource none of these porn channels, right? So like, I don't know what I'm looking at. Like I could be looking at some like pedophile shit and I would never know. So I don't even stay with it. Plus I'm attracted to older women anyway. But when I type in my desire is older women. Like that's just what I desire. There's nothing that happened to me. Like there's nothing. It's just what I desire, right?
Yeah. I like amputees.
I like
don't
men.
Judge. Don't laugh.
Why is it when I search MILF porn, these bitches come back at 25? That's not MILF.
Like it's funny.
Is it a real thing?
You've never had the love of a woman with only 8 inches of arm before.
Yo, I have a funny TikTok that'd be hilarious to share about that, but I don't think it's appropriate.
Yeah,
but okay, I'll send. So it's probably controversial, but so my desires are my desires, right? Like there's nothing I inherently did to whatever the brain chemistry I have. I desire mature women. Like so the fact that people do desire young children, I'm unconvinced that it's I would never make a blanket statement like that, but I'm unconvinced that the majority of it is a choice that says I want to inflict pain and harm on a child. Like I don't think that there are probably some people that feel like that, but I think that it's a thing.
Oh, I agree 100%. Yeah.
And so my thing is the conversation to be had to me is not should it be allowed? I don't think it should ever be allowed. The conversation to be had is should we give some kind of refuge to people or outlet to people to say, okay, you're having these thoughts. Let's express that to
they can all go there
to where at least
saying move them to fucking Madagascar.
Oh,
none of that.
I agree. I agree with you 100% because and we've had the same discussion on here like 3 times before, but I think it's interesting to talk to new people about it and see where they are on it. And I'm glad you said what you said, because I agree 100%. I don't think anyone chooses to be a pedophile,
right.
Or just like I don't choose to like whatever I like, right? The kind of, whether it's the kind of ice cream I like or the way I like to have sex, like not really a choice. It's just what I like. And it just so happens though that what they like is this horrific thing that is literally the most awful thing. I think that most people agree, especially if you have kids or you care about kids. It's like the most awful thing you can do. I would, if you had a choice between like palling around with a murderer and a pedophile, you're definitely going to get along much better than the murderer. Maybe you can understand getting mad at somebody enough to kill them, but you can't even understand fucking a child or wanting to fuck a child. It doesn't even fucking compute. So I don't think anyone would ever choose to be the most repugnant, disgusting thing that any of us can even imagine.
Yeah.
A lot of it is an outgrowth of what they've found is like an enormous, compared to the normal like regular population, people who commit pedophilia as adults are like real stat here, 1 million times more likely as a kid to have been abused by a pedophile themselves. And so it's like a cycle of abuse where it's like this little kid gets abused by a pedophile that fucks with their head, fucks with their sexuality. And then who knows, 30 years from now, their mind's all fucked up from being abused. And that's, how a lot of this stuff proliferates.
So
and then there's just some sexy kids out there.
Two related ideas, Arian. All right. So obviously child porn is bad because there were children involved in the making of that porn, and that's a problem. Yeah. But along the notion that there are people with these urges and no way to express them other than to rape children, what if we allowed animated child porn as an outlet? No, there's no victims in the making of animated child porn.
I think that's legal. Like I've seen like
I'll put myself on the list. Is animated.
I have to really get something myself on the list. I'm definitely not Googling that.
Jesus! When you
open the tab,
there are
dude, Google snitches on you fucking right away. They're like, warning, child sexual abuse imagery is illegal.
So I guess that makes it illegal. Yeah,
they got hotlines and shit. I guess you're not supposed to Google.
It's not there. Where do I go?
What's that number? Maybe I'll get some credit with the fucking feds.
But here, the top link might answer this question.
My friend has been questioning some things.
But if you do get a knock on your door from the FBI tomorrow, you can use this podcast as evidence.
Maybe if they're Patreons, otherwise they can wait till Saturday. Back me up, boys.
At 3 a.m. and 5.
Actually, so it is not legal, and because it includes drawing, cartoons, sculptures, and paintings. You can't do it.
Well, there's also that we've made fun of on this show before, where like someone who is a pedo and is attracted to young people will be like, this is my waifu, blah, 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 Japanese name. She may look 11, but she's actually a 3,000-year-old vampire. So I'm not a pedophile rapist. And it's
hell yeah.
You shouldn't be allowed online.
I love loopholes. I love loopholes in every avenue of life, not just the child porn stuff. I do though. Don't we all like whatever we're into, like if it kind of skirts along the acceptability guidelines? Like for me, it was always guns. Like there's so many loopholes with guns that will allow you to do this or that or the other when like it wasn't intended to be that way. I love loopholes.
Someone in my universe needed to take a foreign language for school, and he's just struggling with it. Apparently, some people take to it more naturally than others, and he's fucking banging his head on the wall. Can't learn another language. He's not wired for it. But he finds out that sign language is another language, so he learns that. Did you do that?
I did that.
You're not who I was thinking of, but yeah, I thought that was that's a clever loophole. Look,
so much easier.
If you suck at Spanish and you just can't get it, but sign language works for you, knock yourself out.
Yeah, I took sign language for 2 semesters in high school. And I mean, I know the alphabet.
Do you still?
Let's see.
Something like
it's B, C.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know anymore. I knew the alphabet. I think F and then G, and then I don't know. I don't remember it. Yeah, I really don't. I used to.
That's rough.
Yeah, you're muted, bitch.
Taylor, do you know that you're muted?
Sorry, I was muted because I was clearing my throat. It's because
I thought muting might have been part of the sign language gig. Yeah.
In that case, it was an intended bit. It was not.
Do you want to do your ad reads real quick?
Both of these real quick since we're a couple hours.
Get a glass of wine, dog.
All right.